We're getting some local reaction from Grand Valley first responders after what happened yesterday in Idaho. Our Kyle Kawamoto joins us live in the studio with some reaction from a local fire chief, Kyle.
Bernie, police officers are sometimes targets of attacks. Just a couple weeks ago, a lawmaker and her husband in Minnesota were assassinated in what it looked to be a politically motivated attack. Yesterday, it was firefighters in Idaho who were targeted. We asked some first responders in the Grand Valley if they feel safe.
Any call could be our last call.
Some law enforcement right now, there's an active shooter zone. They're shot. BC3's down, BC1's down. Everybody's shot up here. Law enforcement, code 3 now up here.
And, you know, we're prepared to do our job, and we talk about the hazards and the possibilities of. But again, until you really experience it and it hits home, it's one of those things that is kind of on the periphery.
The firefighting community is mourning the loss of two of its own in Kootenai County, Idaho, who were killed in action and another injured. This happened when a 911 call came in about a brush fire that was allegedly started by the suspect. I was able to speak with Charles Balke, who is the fire chief in Palisade, and he tells me about how there's always a concern that one of his firefighters might get hurt.
We try and keep our heads on a swivel and our situational awareness at a heightened level.
While the academy normally teaches the ways to combat a fire, Charles says firefighters receive basic training on violence, including active shooter situations, coordinated with law enforcement.
So if we're being dispatched to an address where there's a high potential of violence towards emergency responders, then we respond in conjunction with law enforcement.
I reached out to the Bureau of Land Management about this topic. The BLM wrote back saying, in part, as a leader in wildland fire management, the BLM holds firefighter and public safety as our #1 priority, and will continue working closely with interagency partners at all levels for safe and effective fire response.
We know their families worry about them, but to be assaulted and targeted is really something that is not very common, thankfully, but it's still in the back of our minds, so that's a possibility for us.
Fire Chief Balke states Mesa County conducts active shooter and violent aggressor response training for emergency providers to keep it on top of their mind. Bernie, back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks, Kyle.